Ladies and gentlemen, we are live, dialed in to the Virginia telehealth rally. I have absolutely no positions. These are expected to be very short. You can hear some music playing in the background. That is the Telerally. I'm dialed in right now. It's supposed to start in 1 minute. I don't know if it'll start in a minute. I have 0 positions because I've never played a Telerally before, but I'm very curious. I'm going to probably buy some live, just depending on how Trump sounds when he comes out. What is the app called that can track how well you do in a certain day? You can go on pp.tools. That's a good one. All you do is you upload your Calci CSV. Then there's predicting top. Let me find. Here, I'll show it. This one's pretty cool. You can go on here, and you can like click on someone to see how their month's been. I'll find myself. How's this guy's month been? So this, then you can like do a calendar view, see a month. I'm totally too zoomed in here. But look, this is a pretty flash market. Holy cow. Like, they launched this market super fast, so I don't have any positions. Where did you get the phone number for the Telerally? I don't know. I tried finding it online. PMT Stream, though, is the premier Telerally location. You literally have to dial in by phone. Let's see. Okay, for context though, this is on a redistricting bill in Virginia that Democrats are trying to get passed that will basically hurt Republicans. So Trump's doing this Telerally to try to... Yeah, I didn't know about this either. This launched like 20 minutes ago. Pretty stacked day tomorrow. We have an 8:30 a.m. Fraud is crazy good. I mean, he's probably going to talk about like Democrats cheating since they're trying to do this whole redistricting, and he's going to say it's like the Democrats cheating. That's why cheat is like 85. Surprisingly, tax is 78. People are super bullish on tax. Rigged election in the 20s, but you could easily weave that. Biden feels kind of high, no? Like 50-50 for Biden? Are they going to say Biden cheated the election? I don't know. It seems kind of high. All right, are they going to start? It's now 7:02. Hasn't even started yet. I'm going to try calling another number I saw on my phone. Just want to make sure I'm not missing it. Look, radar, we don't speak about that. We don't talk about it. 300 BHO at 55. You paid 55 cents for BHO on a Telerally? That should not be good. That's terrible. No offense. That's an awful price. It's 25 cents now. Oh my gosh. Oh, no. Okay. Gosh. That is good. I'm sorry. You just said BHO, so I assumed that you're on, like, Y. No, that's definitely good for no. Seems like when this market dropped, people were just filling whatever they could find. So you could probably get some crazy fills for maybe not too much. All right, I'm going to try calling into this other number. Make sure they're not talking on this one. Shut down up to 99? What? Oh shit, dude. I'm calling another number. What the hell happened to shutdown, dude? Are we missing it? Is it happening right now and I'm missing it? This was the number I could find. Someone must be farming this so hard. I'm very curious where this is. 900 on shutdown. All right, now it's back down to 50-50. Someone literally bonded shutdown. Wait, what? Someone is posting it in the Discord. As if he acted. Did it. Oh, what is happening? I mean, this is the number I could find. It's pretty hard to find this number. Like, if I can't find the number, how is anyone going to find the number? I bet you Facebook might have it. Just logged off the corporate laptop. There you go. Right into a Trump Telerally. There's nothing better to start your day right after work. Pop open a cold one, get a Trump rally on. It's the way to live life right there. I don't know. There's a number people are sharing in the Discord. That's what I'm called into now. I don't know if it's the right number. I'm just trying to make sure I have the right number. Shutdown is now back down to 28. So someone just accidentally bonded it. Either that or someone like literally knows and already heard it and people are just getting farmed. I don't know. Yeah, I saw them. I don't know if either they misclicked it or they somehow like just know. I'm trying to get any data on Trump, Virginia. No Trump live streams audio ruins it. It's funny that the number, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, I am financially incentivized to find the phone number, but I can't. What does that say about this whole effort? But maybe they're just like spamming it to like people in Virginia, and I just can't find it because I'm not in Virginia. That would make sense. Trump supported would be texted a link or something. I'm subscribed to all the Trump texts, so I thought I'd see it. I don't know if it makes sense to buy EDNQ because I feel like we're on the right number. Why else would this number be live? You know? I just can't find any more data online. Alright, Newsmax. Let's see what Newsmax says. Alex, I'm sorry, I don't have any predictions. This is pretty tough to predict. This is a random Trump Virginia Telerally. So I got to get some more information when this starts. I want to know what vibe Trump is in when he calls in. But this is expected to be pretty short based on historical telerallies. These things are usually like 5 minutes, no longer than 10 minutes. I just can't find any official phone numbers. Yeah, it's weird that Caroline Levitt confirmed it. It's like, give a phone number out. Yeah, I mean, that's part of it, Dr. Slips, but also they launched this market pretty late and it hasn't been front page. So, like, I had like a few thousand bids out and I literally got no fills. Maybe I didn't have competitive prices, but it's kind of crazy seeing this, like, big bid on Biden, yes. I almost wanted to click some no's, but is what it is. Alright, I'm really on AOL.com right now. I'm researching AOL.com to see if they have a phone number for this thing. The hell is AOL.com? Bonnet gives a sad face to your comment, Dr. Slips. Are there any Virginia people? It's crazy that there's no like confirmation of this thing. How do you do a Telerally and no one knows where to dial in? He's not posting this on True Social either. I mean, where are you supposed to get the number? Do people also actually call into a Telerally? I can't imagine that. Calling in just to listen? It's so bizarre. No actual Virginians, yeah. I mean, I don't know, it'd be kind of weird on a Monday night to call into a Trump Telerally just to hear him speak. But you know what? No judgment. I mean, this is crazy. I can't find any official numbers anywhere. Has anything happened on Bernie? Is Bernie happening right now? Holy shit, data center completely flipped on Bernie, by the way. Bernie's about to start? Why did data center completely flip on Bernie to like the 40s? I literally just bought blanket no's. Now I feel like a dumbass. Is there any new information? Like why are no's getting so cheap? Is it just a market maker messing up? What is that showing? I feel like I kind of hear some. Oh, it's Bernie.
How was my driving? Thank you so much. Your trip.
How long is this
West
Bernie
Virginia,
thing going to be?
Got an audience. It has over 20 million views. Your town halls were packed. Your conversation with voters were very good. Why do you think that was?
All right, it's hard to like juggle both.
But I think the one in West Virginia was as exciting and interesting to me as any that we have done, including ones where we had far more people coming out. And I'll tell you why. We intentionally selected Mingo County.
Yeah.
Oh, he already hit
West
Trump.
Virginia, a state where Trump got, I think, 70% of the vote.
Great.
Mingo County, he got 74%.
You have that one on lock, yeah.
So we kind of wanted to go into a state and a community that was strongly pro-Trump and find out what was going on and chat with the people there. And what I learned, I left that meeting feeling very attached and very positive about the people who were there. West Virginia is one of the poorest states in the country. People are struggling there with health care.
Is this supposed to
with
be
education, with serious drug problems there.
I'm gonna
and you
keep
left the meeting understanding that people look at somebody like Trump because there is no alternative. Bottom line, there is no Democratic Party, or virtually no Democratic Party in West Virginia at all. Now, why that is so is a subject for another discussion. But it's the complete failure of the Democratic Party not to be able to provide an agenda.
Is this really going to be slow? He's kind of
for the
set up
working
like
class
he's just
of
sitting
the state
there.
of West Virginia. And unfortunately, that's true in a number of other states as well. But bottom line is, I just enjoyed and respected the people there so much. And
This might be kind of long.
it was a great event.
You were very, I thought the conversations that we had there, you're very good at talking to people about what we all want and what we all need. And I think we're united on those things where, you know, media kind of divides us up by politics.
Exactly. Look, what do you think? The people in West Virginia, what do they want? They want to have health care for all of their people. Their system is in very bad shape. There was a young lady, you may recall, goes up, who was talking about their educational system, the problems they're having, and the affordability of higher education. It's the same thing people in
getting
Vermont
top
want,
bid.
people
Nice.
in every state in this country want. Bottom line is the agenda that we fight for. Demanding the wealthy start paying their fair share of taxes. Ending a corrupt campaign finance system that allows billionaires to buy elections. Guaranteeing health care to all people as every other major wealthy nation in the world does. Making sure our kids can get a higher education without going bankrupt. Decent retirement benefits for our workers. Decent wages for the working class in this country. These ain't radical ideas. They are what the overwhelming majority of the American people believe in. And we have got to build that movement, and we are building that movement to make that agenda a reality.
Oh,
You've
the
been all
lady
over
before talked
on
about that.
the Fighting
That's
Oligarchy tour. I came out and spoke with you in Denver. At that time, it was the biggest rally. And many rallies like that all over the place. You know, with so many people coming out to those, responding to exactly what you're talking about, you would think that the party leadership would align their platform with yours.
No, you wouldn't.
Tell me about that. Why not?
I mean, look, the Republican Party over the years has moved from a center-right corporate party to a right-wing extremist party, and even worse, becoming a party of the cult of the individual. Donald Trump says, jump over that cliff. Hey, we're going over the cliff, okay? And that is not only sad from an American political perspective, it's really quite pathetic. Democratic Party, the leadership is and has been for many, many years now, tied into the billionaire class.
Dang, why am I
and,
so
large
delayed? How
corporations.
did
That's where
someone
they get their money from.
get billionaires so
And
much
money,
faster?
unfortunately, talks in a corrupt campaign finance
Froze
system.
so fast.
So on many of the major issues facing our country, at best, the Democratic leadership
Well, I'm still
has
waiting
not been where the
for
working class of this
Trump.
country is. At worst, they've been in opposition.
You talk about an issue with a lot of money behind it, and I think of artificial intelligence. I
here
did
we
a
go.
story in Mingo
AI,
County
here comes
about a
robotics.
proposed data center.
Oh
Let
my
me guess,
God.
it's a poor county and they want to build data centers there, right?
Yeah,
Data
that's-
center. Oh, this
How
is
smart am I?
You
Huh?
got
This
it.
is
I think pretty
wrecked.
smart. And you know, it's a high-tech issue, but the story's old. It's huge corporations, a ton of money exploiting people.
No,
and making
it's
someone
more than a
rich.
high-tech issue. All right, it's an issue we all got really involved in.
Yeah.
And the first thing I think that people have got to appreciate, who's pushing AI and
Oh,
robotics?
robotics.
Ordinary people say, gee, we
comes
desperately need
Elon.
this. Let's be clear. This is being pushed enormously aggressively by the wealthiest people in
Here's
the world.
Elon.
Relatively small number of people. Mr. Musk pouring hundreds of billions, Mr. Bezos pouring hundreds of billions, Mr. Ellison, Mr. Zuckerberg, Mr. Altman, Mr. Thiel. I mean, you're talking about 10 or fewer people.
This is a nightmare rotation of people you're talking
I
about.
know. All right. So these guys are pushing this agenda, pushing these technologies. Question to the American people, do you out there?
This
Do you think
Telerally is
Mr.
so...
Musk, Mr. Bezos, and all these zillionaires are staying up nights worried about the impact that AI and robotics is going to have on ordinary people? Think that's what their motive is? It's not. Nobody believes that. Their motive is to get even richer. After all, you know, Musk only has $700-800 billion in wealth.
Is that all?
How can you live on that? The price of, filling up a gallon of gas gone way up. I mean, give the guy a break.
Yeah.
And Zuckerberg, all these guys, they want more wealth, they want more power, and they could care less about what happens to the average American. So these are the guys who are pushing it.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you would think, they tell us that there is going to be massive economic dislocation. Bezos himself, I don't know if you're familiar with this, trying to raise $100 billion. Are you aware of that?
Yeah.
You know what he's trying to do? He's trying to automate. This is the purpose. A fund of $100 billion in order to automate factories in America and around the world. Folks, what that means is no more, you're a blue collar worker right now, no more manufacturing jobs in America. Robots will do that work. Mr. Musk is converting Tesla from, branching off to become a robot.
Oh my God.
Constructor.
Wait, it's just a pause in the damn music.
They're building robots. Yeah, I think he wants to build 1 million robots a year. What do you think those robots are going to do? They're going to take people's jobs because it's a lot cheaper to pay $20,000, $30,000 for a robot that will last for years than hire somebody at $70,000, $80,000 a year.
And it doesn't seem, I mean, you talk about the rigged nature of our economy, and now we have, AI and robots. I feel like I know the answer to the question, but is this going to be better or worse for how rigged things are?
Worse.
To begin with, yeah.
I mean, but even before we get there, you would think that when you have, and nobody disagrees with this,
He did say it weird.
that AI and robotics are going to be the most transformational technology in the history of humanity. It's going to move a lot quicker than the Industrial Revolution and impact a lot more people. You would think that, oh my goodness, the United States Congress would be sitting there and saying, what are we
Man,
gonna
how
do?
late is this Telerally
How do we
gonna
make
be?
sure that this works for working people and not just billionaires? Then we'd be having a vigorous national debate.
I feel like you're going to scare me. This is a big buildup. Is it happening?
No, actually it is not.
They're
And the
gonna kiss,
reason
like,
for that
2
is you've
hours
just
late.
indicated.
Yeah.
AI, these guys have unlimited, underline the word, unlimited amounts of money. So they're coming into election, November 2026, and they are saying, you're running for office, they're saying, we have several $100 million that we are prepared to spend. We will support those candidates who will tell their constituents that AI and robotics are just great. They don't need any regulation. Yeah, you're regulating nuclear power. Yeah, you're regulating this. Yeah, you're regulating that. But not us. We're too important. We're smart. You don't need to regulate us. You say that, man? Hey, I got a check for you. I got a super PAC for you. We'll put 100,000 or 10 million into your campaign.
That rings to me like I graduated right after the financial crisis, just to date myself a little bit here, but it rings to me kind of like nice economy. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. The attitude of people dumping money into AI. Also, we're launching More Perfect University today, and I recently saw there was a Gallup poll that showed 73% of Gen Zers say that artificial intelligence makes them either anxious or angry. Why do you think that is?
It's a huge deal, and they are quite right to be apprehensive about
Yeah.
it. Number one, a transformation of society is taking place without you having any say about it. That's number one. Number two, if you're a young college graduate leaving school deeply in debt, you're nervous
Man,
about the kind of
I feel like I'm
entry-level
like
job you're gonna
on
get.
wait with a bank.
And we're seeing some of those jobs disappear. Number three, if you are a young parent, you are worried about what AI does in terms of your kids' kind
Then I
of
get
dependence
bored, so I
on
randomly
emotional
click some no positions on
support
Bernie.
from AI, which is a very big deal.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something
Get
else.
absolutely
I have
wrecked.
Talked to in
Never
the last
click nose on
4 or
Bernie.
5 months some of the most knowledgeable people in the world on AI, and I think people feel this in their gut. They may not understand at all. The fear is, and this is not Bernie Sanders. This is, people who helped develop this technology. That it is not a question of if, just a question of when AI becomes smarter than human beings. Got it? And the fear is that if AI becomes smarter, it may no longer be able to be subjected to human control. And they used to write crazy films about this, how the computer says, sorry, you're no longer telling me what to do. I'm going to tell you what I want to do.
Yeah.
That was science fiction, but right now there are very knowledgeable people saying that is a possibility.
I feel like we've had too many of these science fiction movies where that's the plot for us to be in this situation. But I guess is that the effect of just so much money in politics happening? I mean, because you talk about money in politics broadly. I mean, you just outlined it for AI, but that's only one of the.
Look,
how big of a
Congress,
problem is this?
I mean, one of the reasons that so many people in our country and around the world are giving up on politics is they are hurting. All right, so we went to West Virginia, but what exists in West Virginia exists in Vermont, exists all over the country. In the richest country in the history of the world, people are struggling, are they not?
Yeah.
They're struggling to pay for food. Put food on the table for their kids. They're struggling for the outrageously high cost of healthcare. They're struggling to send their kids to college.
The
They're
Telerally
struggling
still
for
hasn't
retirement.
started. I'm just
Once
on the
upon a
line
time,
waiting
you work
for it
for a
to
large
happen,
company.
but it's in Virginia.
You young ones don't know this.
This is the
If you
wait
work for a
call
large
music.
company,
I've been
you
on
have
wait
what's
for
called a
40
defined
minutes.
benefit pension plan. That means that when you retire, you knew what you were getting. You're going to get $1,000, $5,000 a month, whatever it may be. You knew what it was. It was part of what you earned as a worker. That's gone. Workers now are struggling, very nervous about what happens to them when they retire. So you look at all of these factors. That's what's going on in the working class. People on top have never, ever had it so good. And these guys not only control the economy and control the media to a large degree, they now control the political system as well. So what we're seeing is billionaires as a result of this disastrous Citizens United Supreme Court decisions. You're a billionaire, you want to set up a super PAC, you can do it. You can put hundreds of millions of dollars into it, run ads
Dang,
against
a lot of
people
people
you
thought
don't like,
this was going to be short.
support people you do
This
like.
is not
That
short.
is the political reality of today. So from a political point of view, probably no issue more
Good
important
night,
than
Ryder.
getting rid of this Citizens United Supreme Court decision and moving to public funding of elections.
Yeah. I think it's often said that there's two paths to power, that there's organized money or there's organized people. What do you say?
I think that's right. And obviously, what I have tried to do, and with some success, in working with other progressives, is to create a progressive movement in America. And we have had some real success. We had setbacks, but we've had some real success. If you look at the U.S. House of Representatives today, there are dozens, literally dozens, of strong, young progressives, often women, people of color, who are standing up, willing to take on the ruling class of this country and fight for working people and fight for justice, fight and bigotry, etc. It's kind of an untold story, but there are dozens and dozens of them. We recently, are working very closely with our friends in New York City, helped elect Zoran Mamdani as
Pretty
mayor.
exciting.
Very exciting. He's doing a great job. And what is important is not Mamdani himself, who is, I think, just doing a great job as mayor. It's the fact that in
I mean,
his
there's
campaign,
a world, but
he mobilized
the fact that the
100,000
numbers
people to
line
knock on doors.
live would be
Yeah,
kind of
so you talk
surprising.
about
But look, I don't have much
organized
experience
people,
with these
that's what
Telerallies.
happened. And the reason
I don't know,
that the
Radar.
oligarchs
It's just still hasn't happened. So
are
I'm
coming down
watching
heavy
this
on
burning
Mamdani,
while I
it's not only
wait.
they're upset about what he's going to do in New
I
York
mean,
City.
I'm still on the wait line.
City
It's
taking
a
them
little
on,
crazy.
but
I
they
thought this was supposed to
see that
start
what
on
happened in New
time.
York could happen
It was supposed to be 30 minutes
in every
ago, Gus.
city in America, could happen in every state in America.
Do you think they sweat because of that?
Oh, I think that's their nightmare. Just
Yeah.
to your point, they understand who out there believes giving tax breaks to billionaires and throwing 15 million people off of health care is a good idea. Nobody believes that. Who believes, that climate change is a hoax?
Oh, climate.
Who believes that we should try
Missed a bond.
to divide up the American people because, you were born someplace else, or et cetera, et cetera. So their agenda is like a joke. Nobody believes in it. But when you have unlimited sums of money to put into campaigns, when you own the media, you become a very powerful force. So what we are doing is mobilizing people at the grassroots level in state after state. In 2026, these midterm elections, a lot of great progressive candidates out there, and I think many of them stand an excellent chance of winning.
I think Zoran's win was just a really big deal for electoral politics. Of course, you've been keeping the flame alive forever. But I'm wondering, for people out there who want to know how to organize when it's not an election, they're tired of waiting.
How is this Telerally so
for
late?
every 2 or 4 or 6 years. How can people build power day to day? That isn't necessarily an election. What
Right. Well,
other
and that's right. And let's understand. I mean, elections, obviously, especially under Trump and its movement toward authoritarianism, this 2026 election is going to be enormously important. But life in politics is not just elections. For example, just 2 weeks ago, I was in New York for a public meeting with a number of trade unionists.
Yeah.
Okay, and we are trying to grow the trade union movement. I think right now, as it happens, people are more positive toward trade unions. That has been the case in a very, very long time. And the reason why is pretty obvious, because they're struggling economically. They know if you're in a union, you have better wages.
Even on a Telerally, this guy's late.
But despite the kind of support that unions have, it is hard for workers to form a union because the companies and the bosses engage in illegal activity. You want to form a union? Oh, you were late 4 years ago. I'm sorry, we have to fire you. You know? And, oh, we're going to move this company. You form a union, we're going to move to Mexico, China, whatever else. So we have to take that on. But building the trade union movement is enormously important. I think young people today are quite. I really feel a deep sense of empathy with the young people out there. They're living through very difficult times. You know, they went through COVID and all of that meant, and now you got a crazy guy who's president of the United States, and then you're looking at artificial intelligence, and you're not quite sure, is it worth going $100,000 in debt to get a college degree or a graduate degree, and what kind of job may be out there or may not be out there. So I think young people have got to understand that this is the wealthiest country in the history of the world, and we can create. We really can, an economy that works for all, not just a few, if people are mobilized around a progressive agenda and are prepared to fight for it.
What is it, you
Man, this
talk
Bernie
about
thing
unions,
is
which
long.
is so
People
important,
thought this was
but
gonna
what's
be
your
short.
biggest picture view of what the labor movement is? Who's it for? What is it? Because I think a lot of young people are rediscovering, the labor movement has been quashed forever.
This
A lot of people are turning back
Telerally.
to that and discovering it.
Well, it's funny, when we were in West Virginia,
Yeah.
remember we went to Matewan, was that the?
Yeah, May 1, yeah.
Matewan.
Yeah.
And Matewan is a town, many people probably don't know this, where, what years, the 20s we talked?
1921, the Battle of Blair Mountain, yeah.
All right, yeah, you know more about West Virginia than I do. But coal miners were treated like semi-slaves.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, I didn't know this. They were not given money, U.S. currency.
Yeah.
They were paid
Iran
in
just
script
spiked on
that they had
Trump?
to go buy. At a company store at high prices or
Oh
pay
my
rent.
God,
in a
is this like
company-owned,
secretly
apartment.
happening?
But workers back in the 20s and before that
This is crazy.
worked under horrible conditions. They had no right.
Yeah.
I'm your boss. I want you to work 7 days a week, or you're fired for whatever reason. I got somebody else. And workers said enough is enough, and they organized, and sometimes under very difficult circumstances, and sometimes Colorado. What was it? Ludlow Massacre? Was that
Ludlow.
was going to be shot down, taking on very powerful bosses. You want to stand up for your rights? Get the hell out of here! You're fired. We're going to bring in scabs to replace you. Brutal stuff. But workers fought, sometimes died, to create unions, which gave them a say. And all that a union is it is your ability to sit down and negotiate with your employer for a contract, which deals with wages, working conditions, benefits, and any other concerns that workers have.
It's just
It
bad
gives
price
you
action
a
and event does
voice.
not qualify.
And that's a voice that workers
I
in this
mean,
country
we'll
desperately
see.
need and desperately want.
I want to play you a clip from back in the day.
Oh, boy.
Speaking of giving
Stuck
people
on
a
this
voice
stupid
and talking to
waiting
people
line.
about what they want and need, which I think is so critical to building a consciousness that we all have power to get together. Let's watch a little clip of you back in the day doing this.
Okay, if someone were to say to you, what do you perceive some of the major problems
problems facing our country, and what are some of the solutions that you would say? What comes to your mind?
Well, the financial deficit is like an obvious one. They were talking about raising the taxes, I believe, to compensate for that. But they cut down on social services and education, which is totally ridiculous. If they cut down on the military somewhat, they could help the financial deficit in that way.
Yeah, you had a little more hair back then.
I did, yeah.
What does it feel like watching that, just talking about all these years later?
Well, that was when I was mayor of Burlington.
Yeah.
Oh, is it happening?
And we didn't always get a fair shake.
Together, the
Here we go.
amazing song by
It's
Lee
happening.
Greenwood, God Bless the USA. So please sit back and enjoy the music as we begin the event.
All right, here we go. It's finally starting. Oh, God. Even on a Telerally, I have to listen to walkout music. They actually still play this song on a Telerally?
And I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars.
I can't believe they're playing this over the phone.
Cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
The numbers in the mentions list, people have been saying it.
Who gave that right to me, and
I can't believe they're playing this song over the phone for a Trump Telerally. I also can't believe I'm watching a Trump Telerally. Alright, we're gonna know very fast. Trump's vibes coming out. A reminder, guys, do not tail anything I do, please. Don't blindly tail anything. I don't have anything to show, so...
From the lakes of Minnesota
Oh, dude.
to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA. There's pride in every American heart, and it's
I still can't believe they're playing this over the phone.
that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American,
This is so...
where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me.
It's a pretty long
And I
intro.
gladly stand up next to you and
Okay, so
defend
Mike
her
Johnson's supposed to be here,
till
too.
today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
All right.
Well, good evening, everyone, once again, and thank you for being with us this evening. My name is Sherry, and I will be our moderator for our event. And at the conclusion of President Trump's remarks, we will be asking you a special poll question, so please do stay on the line throughout the entire Telerally. And it is now my great pleasure to introduce to you Speaker of the House, Mike
Okay,
Johnson.
Mike Johnson's going first. Let's see what Mike
Thank you
Johnson's
so
gonna
much,
talk
Sherry,
about.
and good evening, Virginia. We have many thousands of Virginians on the line with us, and we're so excited to talk with you for just a few moments tonight. This is a critical evening. The eyes of the nation are on you tomorrow as you have a chance to vote no and say no to extreme Democrats who want to silence your voice and the voices of
Extreme
over
Democrats.
2 million Virginians. for the most gerrymandered map in the country. They want to wipe out 4 Republican seats all in one fell swoop for one reason. They want to stop President Trump and our agenda in its tracks. But after securing the border and passing working families tax cuts and getting biological men out of women's sports and delivering so much more,
See, that's why
my
I
friends,
wanted
we
a
are not done yet.
transgender
There is
strike,
much
man.
more left to do. And Virginia has
Such a
the chance to
bond.
save our Republican majority in the House so that we can continue
Ivan, I
saving
don't have any
this
plays.
great
I have no
country of ours.
positions. I'm just going to
And
click
all
stuff
that's
live.
possible thanks to one man who joins us tonight. And I am very proud to turn it over to him right now.
Holy cow,
It
oil
is
went
my
to
great
50-50,
honor
by
to
the way.
introduce to you the 45th and the 47th President of the United States of America, President
Here
Donald
comes
J.
Trump.
Trump.
Well, Mike, thank you very much. And you are a great Speaker of the House, and we're all honored that you're on this call. And I know you feel so strongly about Virginia, as I do. I love Virginia, and I want to say hello to everybody on the line. You're incredible people, and you've been dealt a bad hand with this governor that you have. She's raised your taxes through the roof. But tomorrow,
Taxes
your
already.
Commonwealth has an incredible and really an important election in every sense of the word that will have major consequences for our entire country this November. This is really a country election. The whole country is watching. So important
Oh, there's
and
like
so
no
unfair
liquidity.
what they've done. We need every Virginia patriot to get out and vote no, no, no
No,
on the radical Democrats' unfair ballot referendum. It is so
Radical
crazy what they're
Democrats,
doing.
by the way, not radical left.
So go to your polling place tomorrow and vote. Do not let the radical left Democrats
There's radical
rig
left.
this map and rig this election, because they've done it, and that's what, frankly, it's the only thing they're good at is rigging elections. They have no policy. How do you get elected with men and women's sports and open borders for everybody, transgender mutilization
I
of your
knew
children?
trans was going to hit, man.
It's the only thing they're good at is rigging elections, and we can't let this happen in Virginia. We're going to get your taxes back down. She's raising your taxes like crazy. We're going to get them way back down. But polls will open tomorrow, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. So you got 7 a.m., and I guess they have, most of them are even opening at 6 a.m. So go 6, and I think you'll probably be admitted, I hope. So, but just don't forget, go
man,
out tomorrow and vote.
This
This
seems like it's
referendum is
wrapping.
a blatant partisan power grab that nobody's really ever seen anything like it. It's the liberal extremist governor, Abigail Spanberger, too bad, and the far left Democrats in Richmond, after Spanberger promised Virginia voters that she would never do this. And if it passes, Virginia Democrats will eliminate 4 out of 5 congressional seats. So you're going to get just wiped out in terms of representation in Washington. That's what it's all about. It's about the big tax cuts that we gave you and all the other things, but you're going to lose 4 of 5 congressional seats currently held by Republicans in the U.S. House of Representatives, giving the Democrats 10 seats and Republicans just 1 in the state of Virginia, where, as you know, we came very close to winning this state, 47% of the vote, maybe more than that, and without a lot of campaigning in Virginia. Everybody told me, no, it's very liberal. It's not liberal at all. We got a tremendous amount. We should have 50-50 in terms of seats, and if they really understood what we were doing for them, it would be much more than 50%. So it's very unfair what they want to do in terms of representation. Think of that. We'll have 1 seat. At most, we'll have 1 seat, and we can't do that. It's a shameful effort to disenfranchise all of the numbers that we have and all of the great people of the state, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're really disenfranchising, and we have a rigged congressional district map. 6 years ago, 2/3 of Virginians voted to create a bipartisan redistricting commission with equal numbers of Republicans and Democrats. They wanted equal numbers. That's what it was, and it was always equal. Now, in violation of the law, Democrats want to go out and overrule those district lines in the service of their own partisan gerrymander. And you're talking about, I don't know what you know, if you know what gerrymandering is, but it's not good. Just rely on it. It's not good. Not fair, not good. If this referendum passes, Democrats will silence the voices of Virginia conservatives and push the same crazy radical left policies in Congress that Spanberger is now bringing to Virginia. And with all of the things that we've done, the Democrats gave you open borders, men and women's sports, transgender mutilization for your children.
I
It's
knew
horrible.
that was such a bond.
No voter ID. You have no voter ID. They voted against voter identification. no proof of citizenship. They vote against proof of citizenship. They want you not to be able to show that you're a citizen in order to vote. Mail-in ballots all over the place, and the problem is, you use the mail-in ballots, it means you cheat. As much as 25% you can cheat.
Such a bond.
And again, we're very
I could have
open
clicked it
to,
cheaper.
if you're in the military, you can do the ballots. If you're not feeling well, if you're traveling,
I love how he
whatever
was
it
like
is, if you
about
have
to rap.
a disability,
and then he
any
just-
form of disability, you can absolutely use mail-in. But 98% will get rid of the mail-in ballots. And when you have mail-in ballots, you're going to see that Virginia is much more than a 50-50 state. They want to destroy your military and lower your salaries within the military. They want to take away your veterans' rights, defund the police, defund
Talking
ICE,
about military.
and defund Border Patrol. They want to take away police rights. They want to reduce your police forces, and you need them. And especially in Virginia, we had so many illegal aliens coming in. I don't know if you heard, we just set the record. We have 10 months in a row where no people came in illegally through our southern border. There's never been anything like it. They let 25 million people come in, drug
there's no
dealers,
liquidity,
people from
man.
jails,
No
people from
live
mental
liquidity.
institutions. We're getting them out. We've gotten a lot of them out. 11,888 murderers came into our country through Biden's open border crazy plan.
Man.
It's a radical left lunatic plan. They want to go back to it. They want to go back to open borders. Think of it, 11,888 murderers came into our country, 50% of whom committed more than one murder. You'll be unhappy to hear. But we gave you the biggest tax cut in history, and they voted against it. We gave you the biggest, if you look at regulations, which is a big thing for small business owners and everything else, and they voted against that. They voted against health care, where we want the money not to go to insurance companies, but to go directly to the people, to go out and buy your own health care.
Most favored nations.
So the money that we give, billions and billions of dollars, even trillions of dollars nationwide, we want that to go to the people to go out and buy your own great health care, as opposed to being stuck with the very not good health care that you have right now. It's a big thing. Buy your own health care. On the first day in office, Spanberger signed an order turning Virginia into a sanctuary state for illegal aliens.
It's crazy how much he made it sound like he was going to rap.
It protects nobody else
and
but
now
criminals.
It's just...
Now in the largest county in Virginia, 75% of all murders are being committed by illegal aliens. Think of that. And I said it was going to happen as soon as I heard about it. As soon as I heard they had open borders, I said it was going to happen. She also signed an outrageous new bill stripping away the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding Virginians. Do not let this very same group of people take over our country, because that's what they're trying to do. They want to, so many things. I could say here, I don't want to keep you all night, but I could go one thing after another, and you wouldn't like any of them. But if you just take a look at what any of these policies that we're talking about, like transgender, that they want to bring it back, all of these things they want to bring back, put it into the mainstream, and our country can't survive it. I tell the story that I was in the Middle East, and the King of Saudi Arabia said, Mr. President, a year ago, you had a country that was dead. It was a dead country. Now you have the hottest country anywhere in the world, and it's true. We right now have the hottest country anywhere in the world. So we want to keep it that way. We were embarrassed a year and a half ago when we had Biden as a president, and we had all of these crazy policies.
Dang.
We were embarrassed as a country. Now we're so hot, and we're doing great. We have $18 trillion being put into our country by foreign people, by investors of all types. 18 trillion, the largest. If you look at the largest,
I thought he was going to
was
stock
3.
market.
We're at 18 trillion. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And Biden, by the way, for 4 years had less than 1 trillion. We have 18 trillion for 11 months. So I just tell you, we haven't even included the last month, the 12 months, which I hear is excellent also. So the 18's going up. There's never been anything like it. We have the hottest country anywhere in the world. We want to keep it that way. So please get out and vote. And vote no. It's very simple. Just vote
Dang, this guy
no.
Really
and with that, I want to hand it back to one of the greatest speakers of the House that there ever was. He's done an unbelievable job. I'm so proud of him. And I'm really honored, Mike, to have you on the call. And Thank you very much. And Mike, you can take it away.
Thank you so much,
Oh,
Mr. President.
disgusting.
Folks, you heard President Trump. We need everybody to get out and vote no tomorrow.
Wow, that
Here's
was a
what you
pretty
gotta do.
big
Tell your
yap,
family,
though.
your friends, everybody at church and work. Try to get 5 people to go with you tomorrow. Every single vote is going to matter, and we mean that. We have to stand up for fair maps, and we have to vote no. Look, Virginia's blessed with strong leadership in the House of Representatives. I promise you. You see them working every day on your behalf. Congressman Ben Klein and Morgan Griffith,
We lost
and Jim
$200.
Higgins, and John
How's my
McGuire
stock
and
market on
Rob
that
Whitman.
hottest
They are
line thinking that was
champions
coming?
all,
Kinda
and they
crazy it
fight for
didn't.
you every
How does this
single
guy
day.
talk hottest
And as your Speaker of the
so
House,
much
I
and
see
not say stock
firsthand
market?
every single day how all 5 of those members
All right, I am
are
hanging
leading the
up
fight
on this
on
dang
lowering
Telerally.
cost. And
Well, it's the first Telerally in a long time. Tomorrow, 8:30 a.m., there's actually a CNBC Trump event. That is going to move markets right before market open. Yeah, that was really weird. I don't know what to think of that. Is what it is. We'll get rinsed on a Telerally in Bernie. And not much live liquidity, because it was so last minute. This doesn't count as a real Trump event. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back tomorrow. A lot of big events tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tough in Your Times over 8:30. Yeah, I get it.